Now let's discuss teaching versus drilling. So teaching is when somebody is learning something for the very first time. That is where we do the stages of teaching. We talk about the pre-frame, we do the live demo, then we're going into breaking it down, and then we're having them practice in the air. So the reason for that is people learn differently. Some people are audio learners and going to learn that way. Some people are visual learners. Some people actually need to do the technique and actually practice in the air. So we're hitting all of those when we do the stages of teaching. But now let's talk about drilling, because drilling is where they're going to be practicing that technique over and over and over again, and eventually mastering the technique and making it second nature, because we need our students to not only do the same thing over and over again, but try to hide it in a fun way, make it to where we can talk about different scenarios and situations. So 5 different drilling ideas that I like to talk about. The first one is aggression. Okay, aggressive drills, simply meaning intensity. How can we make our students intense? How can we make them go hard and bring out that inner killer spirit out of them, and that fighting spirit, that warrior spirit, whatever you want to call it, but they go, 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 go. And that's what we're trying to bring out of them with the aggression drills. Another drill that we have is awareness drills. Awareness is a very, very important tool for our students to learn and always practice. And we should always throw that into our classes as well when we're doing different drills, to make them start to look for different things in the classroom and try to be aware of their surroundings, basically. The next one is movement drills. That's something that kind of goes forgotten a lot of times. You teach a student in the very beginning how to move and kind of do quarter turns, but then you never really come back on it. So one thing that you do is have your students move a lot during this drill. Lots of chaos and going on in a fighting stance or running or whatever type of stance that you're working on, but have them practice it during the drill with whatever technique they're learning that day as well, so that way it's going hand in hand. Another one is fatigue drills, or this is fitness drill, however you want to call it, but we're making our students obviously work on their cardio, work on their strength and conditioning, whatever it is that you want to do, but we're getting them tired while doing the technique. So maybe doing punches, they drop down, do some push-ups, something like that, but we're just building their muscle up and getting their body used to this and just making them stronger, so that way they'll have more power with the technique that they're doing. And the last one that I want to talk about today is stress drills. These are drills that are going to make our students be under stress, basically. Lights going on and off. We're just making them kind of become scared in a way, and just forcing them to function when they're under stress. That's what we want them to do, because in a real life situation, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be scary. Our adrenaline's going to be pumping, and we want to try to be able to do those fine motor movement skills. That's what we're trying to get them to understand. Now, the technique may be a gross motor movement skill to where it's really big, but when we take control and we're throwing our combatives and our self-defense techniques, we need to make sure that we can do that. Or if they're competing in front of a huge crowd, there's tons of people, that's very stressful for people as well. So we need them to be able to do their forms or katas or weapon forms, whatever it is, and do that. Add that stressful environment to them in their training, so that way when they actually do it live and in front of a ton of people, they've been there before. And that's really the whole purpose of a stress drill. So in our last segment on the stages of teaching, we showed you an example of how to teach a hook punch. Now we're going to be continuing with that and showing you a few different ways of drilling it, because drills are a very, very important concept of our classes, and it's something that you guys should definitely be doing. One thing that I always like to think about is, if we're teaching something that day, that's 20% of the class. The other 70% is drills, and then of course 10% is your warm-up. But that's a very, very important thing to do, is have them drill their techniques over and over and over again and get as much repetition as they can. So we're going to show you a few different examples of the drills and kind of talk about it as if we were teaching a class. So the first one was that aggression drill. And a great aggression drill with hook punches is what we call pace and burst. So just kind of flip teaching mode. So guys, today we're going to be doing a fun, aggressive drills. You're going to be doing a pace, what I call pace. You're going to be going nice and easy, just working your hook punch here over and over again. You can practice the right hand every now and then as well. When I say burst, I want you to choose one side, whether that's left or right, and you're just going to be hitting it as hard as you possibly can. Now, safety and training, if you guys do not feel comfortable with this, make sure you're wearing your boxing gloves. Daniel here, he's a little bit more advanced, so he's going to be good without boxing gloves. So when I say burst, you're here. When I say pace, slow it back down. All right, here we go. Ready? And pace. Burst. Go, 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 go. Come on, hit, hit, hit. Let's go. There you go. Come on, keep it up, keep it up. And pace. Burst. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. And time. All right. So that is an example of an aggression drill. So if you notice that flip happens, and this can be great for kickboxing and boxing and different styles like that. If you rock somebody, then I become aggressive. If I go out swinging the whole time, I'm going to fatigue myself. So there are parts to where we need to time it, slow it down. You catch somebody, you can pick up your intensity. Now let's discuss an example of an awareness drill using that same hook punch. So once again, the awareness drills can be looking around, but can also be awareness of our body and what is our body doing. So how this one's going to work, we're going to flip modes again. Guys, so on this one, you're just going to be practicing your hook punch. We're going to get into groups of 3. So one person will be holding the pad. We're going to imagine that the bag is obviously a pad right now, or the pad holder. Daniel here is going to be throwing his hook punch, and I'm going to be standing behind him. Now guys, a lot of times, and especially beginners, sometimes they drop their hand when they're throwing because they're trying to get all that power and just throw their whole body. But when you're wide open here, okay, throw that hook, and this hand is down, let's imagine you guys are trading hook punches. That's going to be a really bad day if this guy has his hands up and he has his hand down. So it's so important to train to keep that hand up. So as he's practicing, my job is to just make sure that he's getting his hands back fast, because every now and then I'm going to kind of smack on that chin, or if I see his hand drop, just pretend you drop it and goof up a little bit. I'll kind of give him a little smack there. Guys, I'm not going hard and going, okay, on the side of his head. It's just a touch. So that way he knows, oh, I got to get my hand back quick. Protect my face. All right, so ready? And begin. Good, so he's recoiling that hand back really fast. Awesome. And time. All right, moving on to our next drill. So now let's give you an example of a movement drill. So once again, movement drill is where you're practicing your footwork, you're practicing your basic stances, your movement, things of that nature. For this one, we're going to be working on quarter turns. So I'm going to flip back to teaching mode, kind of show you an example of how this works. So guys, today we're going to be doing a very simple basic drill, but we're going to be working on throwing our hook punch and then our quarter turn. This is a very, very important thing to understand, because if we always stay right in front of our opponent and we're trading punches, okay, typically the bigger and stronger person can win. Is that always the case? Absolutely not. But if he throws a hook punch and I block it, but he stays right here and I have more reach and I'm upset now, I'm going to probably be blasting him. So it's a great habit to learn how to throw hook punches and move off angle. So what we're going to do from here is he's going to throw, we're also going to be practicing throwing the hook around the hand and hitting my opposite hand. So one will be out extended, the other one's just kind of open. He's going to throw the hook, and then he's going to practice that quarter turn. He's going to step and turn, then I'm going to adjust and practice my quarter turn as well. Now, after you guys make that movement, you have so many options of kicks and other punches that you can do. But for right now, we're just doing the hook and then move. All right, and then I'm following him. Now, once we get back to the beginning, we're going to switch sides. He's going the other way now. And time. All right, so you guys are going to be going back and forth with your partners on that. So now we're going to be doing a fatigue drill with the hooks. This can be done several different ways, like I was talking about, in different exercises. You can hold medicine balls and do twists. I mean, whatever your mind can think of to increase the strength of throwing the hook punches. And regardless of whatever technique it is, mixing it in with exercise that will correlate with that movement that we're doing. So for today's example, we're just going to be doing a fatigue drill, really working that cardio and kind of trying to burn the arms out. And I'm going to switch roles so you guys can see it. All right, guys, so now today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing our hook punches, but we're going to be doing a burnout right here. You're going to be throwing 50 left hooks, and then as soon as we're done, we're going to be going to 50 right hooks. All right, we're going to do this as fast as we can. All right, so everyone's good on their hook punches. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, let's go! Burn it out. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, let's go, keep it up. Who's going to be done first? Who's it going to be? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, keep it up. Burn it out. Don't quit. Let's go. Keep that speed up. There you go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Come on, 20 more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. All right. Now, of course, you can add other things in there afterwards, make them drop down and do push-ups, and then come back and have to do 40 and 40. I mean, pyramids, there's so much that you can get going with fatigue drills and fitness drills, but main thing is we're getting them breathing heavy, and they're just really working on that cardio or certain muscular groups on whatever technique it is. So now let's talk about our last style of drills, which is going to be a stress drill. Once again, this is just kind of building pressure and trying to raise our students' adrenalines and getting them to not be able to think straight, but still have to function under stress. So that's really our ultimate goal. Flipping lights on and off, blasting music, making them spin are all great little tweaks that you can do, and there's tons of other ways of building stress. But we're going to give you guys another quick example, and we're going to hop right into this one. So guys, what we're going to be doing today is kind of simulating sparring. I'm going to be holding the focus mitts for him, and I'm either going to hold up my right hook or my left hook for him to hit. So if I hold up this hand, he's throwing the appropriate hook, or we're here. Now we're going to be moving around, and every now and then I get to throw a flurry, so we're making it like a real fight, because you never know what's going to happen in a fight. You could be winning and throwing some great punches and they're defending, but then all of a sudden they just wail on you. So you're going to have to detect that, defend yourself, and kind of disengage a little bit. All right, so we're here and begin. And time. All right, so there's tons of different ways of doing it, like I said, but that's just a quick little example of he doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know when I'm going to attack. He doesn't know what hook it's coming off of, and he's having to react. So he's functioning under kind of a stressful situation. Like I said, there's tons of different ways of twisting it up, but definitely get creative with it.